Well, here we are, another chilly morning, trying to get this van done in between inclement weather and downpours and hail and snow and all sorts of things. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to the next stage of my ceiling build. Previously I had the insulation, then I had a layer of Corex, and then on top of that I had the vinyl covered MDF. I'm going to upgrade the insulation in the roof this time around, and I'm going to include some foil bubble wrap. This is a meter wide, which is perfect because it's roughly a meter to the center of the van and then a meter on that side, so I should be able to get a little bit of an overlap in the middle. And then this is a nice 7-meter length, which means that I'll very easily be able to do the roof. So the layout will then be the insulation, the foam insulation, the bubble wrap, and then the MDF. I'm going to put the bubble wrap first to reflect the heat. Although this insulation worked extremely well, we did find that in very hot weather we'd still get quite a lot of heat transfer through the roof because it is a large roof. Probably less heat transfer than if it was metal, being fiberglass. So the bubble wrap will hopefully reflect out the radiant heat. So that is the upgrade. But obviously once I've put the foil in here and before I put the MDF ceiling in, I need to know where to screw into. I'm going to use some masking tape to just mark where these ribs are. You can see that there's quite a lot of space that I want to reclaim, like I've said before, just to make the head height a little bit more inside the van. So let's crack on with that. Well, I'm very happy to say that with the help of my wife and my son, we managed to get the battens affixed to the inside of the roof. We've screwed them in with about 3 screws, nice big chunky screws, into the ribs that run across the van, and everything is nicely insulated now with the bubble wrap as well, the bubble wrap foil. Now I need to prepare the roof to fit back in here, but also make space for the new vent. So that's what I'm going to do next. So that is where the hole was for the original circular vent. This is the piece that I cut out of the top of the roof. If I position this where it was originally, I now know how big I need to make the hole in the roof. So I can cut the hole in the roof the same size as that and then fit it into the van, and it should fit just about right. Well, as you can see, I've screwed in the screws for the 2 center battens to support the roof. And before I proceed and get some help to do the sides, I'm going to fit the fly net or mosquito net to the vent, so that just clips in place like that, and then there you go, fly screen in. Hopefully you can see that. Nice. let me explain to you how I'm doing this. I've fitted some battens on the top side of the roof, on the side of the roof, and I'm using this string cord to line up the centers on each end of each batten so that I can put the screws in reasonably straight, bearing in mind that there's a little bit of flex in this. And I'm using some 16mm wood screws to go through the vinyl, the MDF, into the batten. And each of the little screws has a small little plastic washer on it so that I can press on a cap, a cream cap, to match the roof. So it's not going to be exposed screws like this. And then I'll fit a central piece down the center here to cover this joint. Right, so I'm going to crack on with putting some more screws in the roof. I figure that the more I put in, the more it can spread this pressure and load from this curve. I didn't want to go square like the original roof. I wanted to follow the curve of the roof inside the van because it's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So let's crack on. There you have it. One side is screwed down. Actually, gonna be interesting to see how it looks with the studs on there. I think it's gonna have a little bit of a 70s custom boogie van feel, which is cool. I dig it. At least I know that the roof is now more secure than it was before. The floating roof actually worked great, except for the one thing that it started to sag a little bit over time in the center, because I guess MDF doesn't keep its shape all that well, not like plywood. And as you can see, I've used these little blocks of wood to press the roof up so that I can affix it to the battens which run the length of the ceiling. When it was originally fitted, it just rested on the top of the bodywork over here before the fiberglass roof started. And what I wanted to do was get back at least an inch or so in the overall height of the roof in case I wanted to reuse the bed in the loft or create a double bed in the loft of some kind in the future. With the bubble wrap on top and then the MDF, we'd have a much better insulated roof than we had before. So now I'm going to do the other side, but before I do that, I just want to take a moment to self-promote my t-shirts, which are available from the link in the description. I'd appreciate it if you popped over there to loveandthunder.co.uk and picked up a tee. Got all sorts of different t-shirts. Friends are artists and they've designed shirts. I've designed shirts. They're all up there. So yeah, if you could take a look at my t-shirts and maybe buy one or two, that'd be great. Thank you very much. Now to just put the last few screws in. And that is the roof all screwed down now. Now I can put the little covers on there and work out the trim pieces. Let me show you how these little covers work. So it's a two-piece cap. One is a washer of sorts that goes between your substrate and the screw, and then this little cap simply presses on like that. And now we'll just put those caps on the whole way through the van, and the job is a good 'un. And there you can see the caps are in place. It tidies it up beautifully. Got that great 70s boogie van vibe to it. Love it. I think it's time for a cup of tea. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, stick around for the next video. Thanks for watching. Happy days.